So we've made it to part 7 of box 10 of our 45 RPM vinyl records collection here at the museum. And I thank you for joining us and sticking with us through all these wonderful treasures I've been sharing with you. Starting off here is Stevie Wonder, I Just Called to Say I Love You, which clearly marked as side 1, but I mean, everybody knows that song, don't they? I just called to say I love you. And then side 2 is the same song, instrumental version. So there you go. Karaoke time with Stevie Wonder. All right. Next up, we've got something considerably older. Another cadence copy of the Everly Brothers. All I have to do is dream. Dream, 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 and Claudette being the B-side there, which was written by Roy Orbison. Interesting. Roy Orbison song being done by the Everly Brothers. All right, and now I think by the time you see this video, have a chance to, Christmas will be over, but we've got a couple of Christmas ones here. It was probably just a couple of days ago, actually, because if I space these out the way I think, it's going to be just a few days after Christmas. But here we've got Elton John's Step Into Christmas, and the B-side on that was Ho Ho Ho, Who'd Be a Turkey at Christmas. Gobble gobble. All right, and then next up we've got Jingle Bell Rock by Bobby Helms. And I do believe this is definitely an earlier copy. I've got another copy here to show you right afterwards, but this is definitely the earlier copy of it, with a B-side of Captain Santa Claus and his Reindeer Space Patrol. Can you see that? Reindeer Space Patrol. All right, and then here is the second copy here that we've got of Bobby Helms doing Jingle Bell Rock. It's got a previously released as, but that doesn't even match that last copy I showed you. So that Decca that I showed you just a minute ago may not be the original either. It's probably a Cap Records that it was originally appearing on. But the B-side on this is different. That bell couldn't jingle. So at least we've got 3 songs on 245s there from Bobby Helms, Christmas related. Then next up we've got this wonderful Chipmunks picture sleeve, a sleigh ride, and the Chipmunk song. The Chipmunk song was put out so many times with various different B-sides, but what a great picture sleeve there that is. And the B-side is the exact same thing. But to take a quick look at the 45, you can see we've got some label wear on that side, which is the Chipmunk song side. And the B-side Sleigh Ride just looks horrendously bad. And it just looks bad. It isn't really that scuffed up. If you can see that, it just looks kind of, I don't know. I've got a few of them that are like that. They're not really worn down. I don't know if it's the glue that soaked through that caused that damage to the label, or just exactly what the heck's going on there. But that wraps it up for the Christmas ones we had there in that box, and now we've got a few jokes. Here's a couple jokes for you. Milli Vanilli, blame it on something once they got busted for lip singing, not singing their songs. I don't know the whole story on that. I just know there was some controversy over, they were not singing it. They were taking credit for singing, and someone else was actually doing the singing. But here we've got the labels with the Blame It on the Rain being the A side, and Dance with a Devil being the B side. Yeah, they danced with the devil, I guess. We kind of got caught. All right. So next up, we've got a couple of Black is Black on My Baby's Back. Now, Los Bravos, I think this is the original version of that song. Hit number 9 in 1966, according to somebody's, or hit number 4 in September of 66. Somebody's documentation there. The B-side was a song called Bring a Little Lovin'. All right. And then the very next one here, we've got the same song, Black is Black. And now we know it's the same song because you see how that's Wadley, Granger, and Hayes? On this one, it's Hayes, Wadley, and Granger. So I don't know why the writing credits got swapped, with the first guy being the last and the last guy being the first, but that's what's clearly happened here on this. But it is the same song. But this is Paul Marriott and his orchestra, and the B-side being Love is Blue. L'amour est bleu, which is French for Love is Blue, which hit #1 in January of 1968, according to somebody's documentation. All right, and actually, I meant to say that Milli Vanilli actually finished up box 10. I went and pulled a few more to pad this episode out. I pulled these out of a different box completely. But here we've got the Mamas and the Papas. I Saw Her Again, which hit #5 in July of '66, apparently. But this is a 1973, so this is clearly, well, it's a Goldie, so it's clearly a reissue copy of the song. The B-side's got a Creek Alley. Don't know that song, but apparently it hit #5 in 1967, so you might recognize it if we put it on. Next up, we've got James Taylor doing Hard Times from Dad Loves His Work. And the B-side on that one is a song called Summer's Here, taken off of the same album back in 1981. So we got another James Taylor here. This is a Hall of Fame one. Honey Don't Leave L.A., January of '78. And from May of '79, we've got his Up on the Roof, which apparently hit #28 in June. The month after it was released. All right, now we've got a nice little Hall of Fame label there. Maybe I should swap that and put that disc in there. But this is Donovan doing Juniper. It's a little hard to say. February 1968. And the B-side of that being Hurdy-Gurdy Man, which I am familiar with both those songs. So there's at least, twofer. Whether or not it was an original or not, it's not. It's clearly reissued, so because they don't tend to put the dates of release on them like that, at least not to that detail. All right, Barry Manilow, Some Kind of Friend from Here Comes the Night. Not a song or an album I'm familiar with. Getting up into 83, 82 it says here on the label. My sister had moved out by then, and she was the Barry Manilow fan of the household, so I didn't get exposed much to Barry once she was gone. But the B-side of this is a song called Heaven. All right. And here we're throwing a few of, artist that I'm not a big fan of, Rod Stewart. I've mentioned it before in previous videos. Rhythm of My Heart from 1991. It's an edited version, clearly marked as an edited version. So this is a different 45 to have. I mean, it'd be unique because at least you've got the 45 edited version, and on this one, the Motown song, it's marked as a remix. So they are back-to-back hits, reissued versions, but one's a 45 version, different from the album version, and the other is a remix, which would clearly, obviously, be different. Now here's one I don't know, Balance doing Breaking Away. I have no idea who that band is or what this song is. And the B-side, It's So Strange. Does not ring any bells for me either. But there it is, in case you know. Maybe it rings some bells for you. Maybe you know it. If I threw it on, maybe I'd know it too. But it's just not one I recognize from the name of the band or the name of the song. Here's another oddity for me. Larson Feinstein Band, Who Will Be the Fool Tonight? This might be country and western. It was stuck in with some country and westerns. They were all mixed up, disco and country and western, and I was going through them trying to pull out non-country ones to show here, padding this last box. So this one very well may be country and western. I don't know. Further notice being what I think is the B-side for that one. And feel free to make comments in the comment section. I get very few comments on this channel. I was expecting way more, interaction. Feel free to share your knowledge and let me know when I'm wrong about something, or when I, need to be corrected. I can take some constructive criticism. Might be opening the door there, but yeah, let me know what you know, if you know something I don't. Here we've got one with Ding Dong by the Echoes. And I think it's funny because the next album we're going to look at is Gimme That Ding. So we got Ding Dong by the Echoes, and the B-side's a different band, Heart and Soul by the Cleftones. So, but I do like that label, that roulette label. Looked really cool, the coloring, the graphics. I really like that. Then here we've got the Pimpkins doing that Gimme Dat Ding, which is, again, not a band or a song that I recognize by title, not something I know. And the B-side of this one is To Love You. Alrighty. Alright, so we've got two by Mr. Bruce Springsteen here, who I really, really do not care for at all. I don't know how he ever got so popular, but they all got their fans, right? I do like Pink Cadillac, it's a good song, even a better movie. I like the production credit here, it's got Stevie Van Zandt on it. I find that interesting to note. But I like the movie a lot better. But yeah, it's a good song, and Dancing in the Dark wasn't a bad Bruce Springsteen song either. He's written some good songs. He's had some songs done by other artists. I love Man for Man's Blinded by the Light, but I certainly can't stand his version of it, and he's the one that wrote it, so whatever. Good one to end the series of videos up for the box, and Glory Days, because that's what we're reliving here with a lot of this. Is Born in the USA was a huge album for him. Glory Days was a popular song. B-side of this is a song called Stand On It, which I don't recognize. And then very briefly here, to wrap things up, I had two more jukebox tags that I found in the box that I didn't get the vinyls for. So, let's hope 2024 is a wonderful year, much better than 2023, and we'll see you then.